Cecily, Cecily, when will your heart belong to me?
Gwendolen, Gwendolen, when shall we meet again? Pretty mess you got me into. What on earth do you mean by coming down here pretending to be my brother? Perfectly monstrous of you.
What on earth did you mean by pretending to have a brother? It was absolutely disgraceful.
I told you to go away by the 3:50. I ordered the dog cart for you. Why on earth didn't you take it?
I haven't had my tea.
And as to your conduct towards Miss Cardew, I must say you're taking in a sweet, simple, innocent girl like that is quite inexcusable, to say nothing of the fact that she is my ward.
I can see no possible defence for all your deceiving of a brilliant, clever, thoroughly experienced young lady like Miss Fairfax, to say nothing of the fact she is my cousin.
I wanted to be engaged to Gwendolen. That is all. I love her.
I simply wanted to be engaged to Cecily. I adore her.
There is certainly no chance of you marrying Miss Cardew.
I don't think there's much likelihood, Jack, of you and Miss Fairfax being united.
Well, that is no business of yours.
If it was my business, I wouldn't talk about it. It's very vulgar to talk about one's business. Only people like stockbrokers do that, and then merely at dinner parties.
How you can sit there calmly eating muffins while we're in this horrible trouble, I can't make out. You seem to me to be perfectly heartless.
I can't eat muffins in an agitated manner. The butter would probably get on my cuffs. One should always eat muffins quite carefully. It's the only way to eat them.
I say you're perfectly heartless to be able to eat muffins at all under the circumstances.
When I'm in trouble, eating is the only thing that can console me. Indeed, when I'm in very great trouble, as anyone who knows me intimately will tell you, I refuse everything except food and drink. At this present moment, I am eating muffins because I am unhappy. Besides, I'm particularly fond of muffins.
Well, that is no reason to eat them all in that greedy way.
I do wish you'd have some tea cake instead. I don't like tea cake.
Goodness, heavens, I suppose a fellow can't eat muffins in his own house.
But you just said it was perfectly heartless to eat muffins.
I said it was heartless of you to eat muffins under the circumstances. That is a very different thing.
That may be so, but the muffins are the same.
Algy, I wish to goodness you would go.
You can't possibly ask me to go without having some dinner. It's absurd. I never go without my dinner. Nobody does. Except vegetarians and people like that. Besides, I've just made arrangements with Dr. Chasuble to be christened at 5:45 under the name of Ernest.
My dear fellow, the sooner you give up that nonsense, the better. I made arrangements this morning with Dr. Chasuble to be christened myself under the name of Ernest. Gwendolen would wish it. We both can't be christened Ernest. It's absurd. Besides, I have a perfect right to be christened Ernest if I like. There is no evidence at all of my ever having been christened before by anybody. I should think it extremely probable I never was. And so does Dr. Chasuble. It is entirely different in your case. You have been christened already.
Yes, but I have not been christened for years.
Yes, but you have been christened. That is the important thing.
Quite so. So I know my constitution can stand it. But if you're not quite sure about ever having been christened before, I dare say I think it rather dangerous you venturing upon it now. It could make you very unwell. You could hardly have forgotten that someone very closely connected to you was nearly carried off this week in Paris by a severe chill.
Yes, but you said yourself it was not hereditary or anything of that kind.
It usedn't to be, I know. I dare say it is now. Science is always making such wonderful improvements in these things.
May I ask, Algie, what on earth do you propose to do now?
Nothing. That is what I've been trying to do for the last 10 minutes, but you've done everything in your power to distract my attention from my work.